Hey, also today I thought I'd do a video and look my best with my hair all messed up because I just went for a drive and it's quite windy. And no, it's not just from getting straight out of bed. I actually did go for a drive with the window down and it's quite windy. It's made my hair all messy. I thought I'd do a quick video. I've neglected this channel, which is sort of unfortunate. I just haven't had the time to do it, or really the equipment, because I'm mostly make videos on my phone. And I think, I'm not even using my microphone at the moment, so it probably sounds like really tinny and terrible audio. So my apologies. I'm not really a techie, and not only that, the channel is, unfortunately, it always takes a back seat, which is really annoying. So many things I want to do, but I just don't get the time anymore. So as you can see behind me, I'm actually sitting on a little stool in front of my cabinets of the studio models, and the cabinet is nearly full. Don't know what to do about that. And I'm really running out of room, a lot. We've got thousands of miniatures. Miniature lines. There's a lot. So I wanted to do a video, and already I've gone 1 minute 37 over from the topic, but I was just talking about the new Wicked faction, or technically it's the Wicked Wood faction for ROTD. Now, a lot of people have been asking recently about ROTD and what it is and things like that. I would say it's probably Traders Galaxy's main rule system. Bot War is the most popular rule system, but ROTD covers most of the range. And technically, you could probably play Bot War using the ROTD rules as well, using the bots and stuff. But the idea is that eventually the ROTD rule system will incorporate all 30mm scaled miniatures from Traders Galaxy, including fantasy and sci-fi. So eventually, what will be able to happen is you'll be able to take sci-fi versus fantasy in ROTD. I know it sounds probably ridiculous to say, but it will actually make for some quite cool narrative games. And all of the miniatures are also designed to be scale-wise compatible with each other, in the sense that it makes it easier for conversions, makes it easier to... What I really want to create is a community where games masters and people that are into games development on a sort of hobby side of things, that Traders Galaxy can offer those people a template or a scaffold about of miniatures and rules that can make for any of your games. So you can just I want to play with my mates about I want to go through and have a Halloween type game where the city's taken over by I think there was a Buffy episode about this where a guy made all Halloween costumes come to life or something, right? And so Traders Galaxy hopes to have all the miniatures for that, and that you would need to play, and you can just set that up, and that's your Halloween games night. And so using the ROTD rules and stuff like that. So with basically a day's or a couple of days notice, you can set that up by downloading those particular cards or whatever, or even making your own cards, I guess, and making your own scenarios and stuff like that. So just by having templates, a scenario template, and like stat card templates, etc. I mean, all of the Traders Galaxy miniatures will eventually have downloadable stat cards when you purchase the miniatures, so you'll just get them anyway. Some will have hard copy stat cards that come with the miniatures, but my goal is to eventually have all of the digital stat cards available as soon as you purchase, so you can print them out and cut them out before the miniatures arrive and have them ready to roll. So that's the idea about that. And so ROTD is sort of like going off in like tangents for various, to sort of suit lots of different games that you would like to play. So we've got like the police force, we've got ninjas, we've got witches and ghosts, ghost hunters, monsters, obviously paramilitary stuff, good guys military stuff. All of that sort of stuff is, we've got street fighters and things like that. So ROTD will be the primary game system, and then we'll also eventually have Beat 'em Up back up and running for Beat 'em Up version 2, which is going to be much more like a dungeon crawler with like spaces on the floor which you move along and certain types of attacks using the spaces and things like that. So Beat 'em Up is looking really excellent. I think everyone's going to be happy with that. And the great thing is that the Beat 'em Up tiles, they actually have like a street sort of 1980s feel tiles on one side and a fantasy tiles side on the underside. So my idea is to definitely have like loads of different beat 'em up options, like from modern through to fantasy and even perhaps sci-fi. So that's really the idea behind Traders Galaxy. What we sort of have at the moment, which might be confusing to many people, is a lot of different threads, like of various things, but there is a direction for these threads, and they're all going to come together to just give like one cool range for people to be involved in. So I have no plans of like slowing down or anything like that. And in fact, we're if anything, we're speeding up. And so I'm really, sorry for the camera shake there. I'm really, excited about how it's all turning out. I'm loving these miniatures too, by the way. So yeah, let's have a look at the Wicked Wood, and I hope you guys enjoy. Cheers. The Wicked Wood is a faction for ROTD, or Rise of the Democracy. I call it ROTD now because it's sort of moved past the basic sort of military squad combat and into some more sort of crazy, wacky ideas, which is what the Wicked Wood sort of really is. So the Wicked Wood started off with these witches here, and I just wanted to do some sort of Wicked Witch of the West type characters. And so usually how things happen in Traders Galaxy is that ideas blossom out, and they become bigger as they go. So these guys all got placed into a faction, and you can use these in your games of Rise of Democracy. It's quite an interesting take. You can take on sort of like military or fantasy type characters, and eventually all of our 30mm ranges will go into the ROTD rule set. And so I really want to create a system that you can choose to theme or not to theme, to basically play anything you want from the Traders Galaxy range. So that's the idea, and that you can play it in either skirmish or squad type mode, so much larger games for squad games. But yeah, there's rules to use these. So having these witches, I just thought that having these witches and monsters and stuff sort of roaming through a city is actually quite an interesting concept, a bit bizarre and quite fun. So the witches here, you've got 3 witches. Now you can get upgrades for broomsticks which allow them to fly, which is sort of like an air support move. And you've also got the Cauldron and the Black Cat, which are sort of like supporting characters. They're not very powerful, but they do give extra benefits to the witches if they're within a certain proximity. Then we go over here to the slime monster. Now the slime monster is obviously supposed to come from the Cauldron, but he's also part of the ghouls range from the Ghoul Hunters. So he will be coming out very soon in the Ghoul Hunters side with some of the large terrible dogs. So keep an eye out for him in that range as well. So quite a versatile monster. Now monsters in ROTD are quite difficult to kill. They're almost immune to bullets. Not quite fully, but almost. And so you really do, even if you like military or anything, oh, I've got all the guns and stuff. Well, guns really doesn't hurt slime. So something to keep in mind. The witches, I'll get back to the witches in a minute, but I'll move on to here. So we've got here Seymour and his summoned plant creatures. Now the witches can summon these creatures to the game. So that's something to watch out for. We move over here to our tree men. And I wanted to really go for a sort of resurrected old dead log type of tree. So steering away from, you know, what I would say is the traditional type of tree men in war games. So I went for more of the Disney style tree men as something a bit different. I quite like them actually. They're probably my favourite models in the Wicked range, and I probably need to get more of them. And then over here we've got the Thralls. Now the Thralls come with 2 options. So you can't see it there because it's a bit bright. Let me see if I can turn down the brightness. You've got a skeleton head option with a hat, which is sort of more scarecrowy, and then you've got the pumpkin head option. So you get both of those options on the Thrall tab. So you can actually, if you don't use the pumpkin heads, you can actually use the pumpkin heads as their own thing. So just on bases and stuff as decoration. So anyway, going back to the witches. So the witches' magic in ROTD, they do have magic, but it's not. It's quite a unique type of nature magic, or more of a perversion of nature magic. So they can do obviously your fireball, your simple fireball, and they can fly with their broomstick, etc. But their magic is more about perverting life rather than resurrecting like a necromancer would. So that's why you get do get plants that are technically alive and things like that, but they're perverted versions of it. So that's really how the witches' magic works. Like, the witches are pretty formidable. Not so much in close combat, but they certainly are formidable. And I think they take double damage from people, like characters with the water rule. I can't remember what that is now. Sorry. Anyway, this is just a short video to show some of the figures. It took me a whole day to paint some, like the plant creatures and the pumpkin heads. But I'm pleased they're all done now, and we're moving on to Clowns will be the next ROTD release, I believe. The Downtown Clown Gang, which has been expanded with a cool Space Clowns killer van and like a heavy weapon on stilts and just some crazy stuff like that. So if you haven't checked out ROTD already, check it out. It plays a lot like Bot War, so people that have Bot War will be quite familiar with it. It uses the Traders Galaxy dice set which is used in all the Traders Galaxy games. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Set up a 3x3 board and take your crazy characters and take them on. Lots of narrative fun battles can be had by pitching wicked witches that have landed in the city, or military out in the forests that have come across this this sort of horror type element. And yeah, loads of fun. I hope you enjoy the miniatures, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.